Before we get into the headlines, just a quick reminder that April is Trust Month at CISA Series, and we've got some fun events lined up in April to talk about trust in cybersecurity, so stay tuned to the end of this episode for more details.
From the CISO Series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Friday, April 3rd, 2026. I'm Steve Prentice. 250,000 people affected by data breach at Texas hospital. This incident occurred at Nacogdoches Memorial Hospital in the city of Nacogdoches, Texas on January 31st. Hospital representatives state that a threat actor hacked into its internal network and information systems and, quote, likely accessed the information of 257,000 individuals, end quote, with potentially compromised data including standard PII as well as medical record numbers, account numbers, health plan beneficiary numbers, and photographs. The hospital has not named any potential suspects, nor have any claims yet been made. CISA says patch Citrix NetScaler bug by Thursday. Following up on a story we covered this week, CISA has now ordered federal agencies to patch the CVE-numbered bug by Thursday since reports of exploitation emerged over the weekend. This vulnerability impacts Citrix NetScaler application delivery controllers used to manage traffic and authentication. It carries a severity score of 9.3 and has the hallmarks of Citrix Bleed and Citrix Bleed 2. Researchers uncover mining operation using ISO lures. Researchers from Elastic Security are warning of a financially motivated operation codenamed REF1695, which has been leveraging fake installers to deploy remote access Trojans and cryptocurrency miners since November of 2023. In addition to crypto mining, the threat actor, quote, monetizes infections through cost per action fraud, directing victims to content locker pages under the guise of software registration, end quote. These attacks leverage an ISO file as the infection vector to bypass Microsoft Defender's smart screen protections. A link to more details about this multi-level attack technique is available in the show notes to this episode. New Storm InfoStealer remotely decrypts stolen credentials. This particular warning comes from security researchers at Varonis who say this new stealer malware harvests browser credentials, session cookies, and crypto wallets. Daniel Kelly, a senior security consultant at Varonis, says this new InfoStealer represents a shift in how credential theft is developing. Whereas traditional InfoStealers used to decrypt browser credentials on the victim's machine, endpoint security tools adapted to flag such malicious behavior. Storm instead sends encrypted files to its own infrastructure instead of decrypting them locally. It is also available for enterprising cybercriminals for less than $1,000 per month. Huge thanks to our sponsor, ThreatLocker. Security controls fail when they break the business. Successful teams phase in protections gradually, starting with visibility, then moving to enforcement. That approach allows organizations to reduce risk without overwhelming IT teams or disrupting critical workflows. Learn more at threatlocker.com. UK Security Centre warns of hackers increasing WhatsApp and Signal attacks. This warning comes from the National Cybersecurity Centre, NCSC, based in the UK, which has seen, quote, growing malicious activity from Russia-based actors using messaging apps to target high-risk individuals, end quote. This includes people working in government and politics, academia, journalism, and the legal profession. This has been an ongoing story for quite a while, but this March 31st report from the NCSC raises the stakes a little by both confirming the increase in activity and also adding China state-affiliated group APT-31 and hackers linked to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps to the activities. Criminals taught to exploit vacant homes in hybrid cybercrime technique. Online fraud tutorials are now teaching hackers how to exploit publicly available data, weak identity verification processes, and operational gaps to, quote, identify and exploit vacant residential properties to intercept sensitive mail for the purposes of enabling identity theft and financial fraud, end quote. These real, residential, temporarily unoccupied properties can be used to receive mail without immediately alerting the rightful occupants. In the tutorial, threat actors learn how to search real estate platforms such as Zillow, Rightmove, or Zoopla, filtering for recently listed rental properties as well as older listings to identify properties that have remained unoccupied for extended periods, increasing their reliability as drop locations. In some cases, threat actors even recommend physically maintaining abandoned properties to make them appear occupied, reducing the risk of drawing attention while using the address for fraudulent purposes. Nissan says stolen data came from third-party vendor. Japanese automaker Nissan has stated that, quote, recent claims of a data breach were related to information held by a third-party vendor, end quote. This follows an announcement from the Everest hacking group, which said it had breached the file transfer system used by a company that offers services to Nissan and Infiniti dealerships across North America. The group claims to be in possession of 910 gigabytes of stolen data, including information on customers, dealerships, and loans offered to car buyers. Nissan reiterated that it had found no indication that Nissan systems were compromised or that any Nissan customer information was accessed or put at risk. Threat actors impersonate CERT UA to spread malware. The Computer Emergency Response Team of Ukraine, CERT UA, has itself revealed details of a phishing campaign that once again has impersonated the agency, this time to distribute a rat called AgeWheeze. The campaign was carried out by a group known as UAC0255, which urged recipients to install specialized software. These recipients include state organizations, medical centers, security companies, educational institutions, financial institutions, and software development companies. If you're listening to this on Friday morning, then there is still time to join us for our first Super Cyber Friday of Trust Month at 1 p.m. today. The topic will be Hacking Trust in Leadership. We'll be spending an hour discussing how cybersecurity teams build internal trust, lose trust, and earn it back. If you've ever had trust issues with your security team, you have to join us today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll help you get to a better place. If that sounds good to you, head on over to our events page at CISOseries.com to register. And if you have some thoughts on the news from today or about this show in general, please be sure to reach out to us at feedback@CISOseries.com. We would love to hear from you. I'm Steve Prentice, reporting for the CISO Series.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.